What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and we're going to find out if the Never Summer Women's Proto Type 3 is a wise buy for you. So the Proto Type 3 really is the next evolution in the Proto series from Never Summer for 25-26. We got a brand new shape and a brand new layup inside this board, and it really is going to keep this as one of their most popular boards in their women's lineup. It is a fully twin tip board, so it is going to ride the same that way as it does riding that way, but it does actually have this blower stance option, which is very, very nice. When all of a sudden the powder hits and there's a bunch of fresh stuff out there, it helps you to be able to drop your stance back extra far so you can get ultimate float. Then when we go to the profile of this, it does have their triple camber. So in the past, Never Summer boards had the rocker in between your feet, the camber up in the nose and tail. But with the triple camber, they're adding an extra pocket of camber in between your feet. So that's right, this thing actually does have 3 areas of camber, but it is still rocker dominant, meaning that the tips are predominantly what's lifted off the snow. And why that's important is it still gives you that nice, easy catch-free feel. And when you get it in some deep snow, it does want to float. But we are adding that extra power in between your feet, and most importantly, we're adding contact points, but we're adding them on the bottom of the board. So instead of adding contact points to the side of the board, you get nice, easy, smooth carves out of a smooth side cut, and those contact points are on the bottom, really digging into those harder, icier conditions. And even though this is a little bit more of a mid-flexing board, it's going to carve like a board that's a lot stiffer. And then we go inside the board, we have that tried and true classic Bi-Lite glass, and then 2 carbon stringers that are actually running from nose to tail. So this is doing a couple things. It's adding spring and pop to the board, but it's also adding stability. And most importantly, by having them go tip to tail, it's not affecting the board a lot torsionally. So you still get power exactly where you need it, but you can have a board that has a nice, easy, smooth feel. And when you are twisting it from edge to edge, you keep that nice, easy, smooth feel. But again, you get that power along the length of the board when you're popping it off of jumps. And then when you're landing, you're getting all that extra stability. So if you are a little heavy on the front, or a little bit heavy on the back, it's gonna wanna set you down into that more of a centered stance position. And then in addition to that, one of the coolest things that they've added for 25-26 is this precision stitched carbon matrix. So you can't see it through the board, but if you check out this embossing on top of the board, you can tell exactly where it's at. Now, why this is important is they've taken thinner strips of carbon that are laid up very specifically in this pattern across the board. And instead of having 2 carbon V's that are about that wide, they're able to take these thinner strips and spread them out. So you're getting a little bit more carbon across a wider area, and you're also getting it up into the nose and tail. So you're getting even more push towards your edges to give you that extra edge hold, but you're also getting extra spring, extra pop, and extra power up in the nose and tail. And then of course, just like most of the Never Summer boards, we have that RDS dampening around the entire perimeter of the board and underneath your feet to help get rid of those vibrations that want to shake your board loose on those harder conditions. And then it wouldn't be a Never Summer board without that bomb-proof P-Tech sidewall and that super fast and durable sintered base. But is the women's Proto Type 3 a wise buy for you? Well, this is definitely for those intermediate to advanced riders who are looking for one board that can do anything. Like we said, it is a fully twin tip board, so it can obviously ride switch just as good as it can ride regular, but it has that blower stance option to really set your bindings back for those pow days. So that right there tells you how important this board is and how versatile it is to ride from park to powder and everywhere in between. Then obviously having those carbon strips running through the middle of the board, that's still giving you a little bit more power than a board that doesn't have anything in the middle, but it's still keeping it nice and easy and smooth riding for those riders that do want to have that easier, smooth feel in the park, but want to have that extra spring and pop and power when they are carving. And again, that's just another thing that's making this board super, super versatile. I always tell the girls, if you are that intermediate to advanced rider and you're looking at a Never Summer board and you don't know which one to get, just get this board because absolutely no one's gonna hate it. But if you got any questions about anything that we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and make sure to head on into your local Sun and Ski location so you can check out the women's Proto Type 3 for yourself. And if you don't have one nearby, no big deal. You can always hit them up at sunandski.com.